A bit of a different style of comp here for Sentinels because your only true engage is, Xin dashing in, a Renekton flank, Nami tidal wave. There's no real guaranteed go buttons. Whereas on the other side, you have Inspired on Jarvan, who has that clear start to a fight.
Jarvan.
Sustained advantage with Nami, plus the 2 potions are still in inventory for Huhi.
Yeah, I do really like what Inspired did with that mid gank, though, trading flash for flash, because a lot of times, for instance, as they go in for really aggressive trade.
For the Rue here, it's gonna land. In comes the shift from Berserker. He's looking to knock down Rahel. Rahel is just gonna be gone. It's first blood there for Berserker, and now Huhi flashes out, but he is killed off as well.
And clearly Berserker was on the same page, and now a flashless Orianna.
Surprise, the knockup is there. Saint shifts on in, and Darkwings looks like he is going to fall. He is knocked down as well. It's Lyon off to a roaring start as Dokla's looking for a solo kill in the top lane.
Every single lane just explodes. He's in Mega, so it looks like Darkwings has to go back and catch his wave. Inspired's going to lose his Grump, but he's going to be up a Drake.
Yeah, and I mean, they have got to know what is going on.
Make his way up the top lane, so Inspired just based. He's moving up, and really nice job there by Dokla, keeping the minions away from the turret.
Yeah, they're going to go in, though. Dominus is going to be popped. There's the stun. Dokla hopping back, but can he get out to safety? No. Hombok pops the Crescent Guard and knocks him down with that Spear to the heart.
Inspired might go for the kill.
Inspired in. Cataclysm is there. You are locked into the tower. Inspired uses that tower to shoot
extreme amount throughout the lock-in tournament.
I mean, I think that's one of the things you really have to give Inspired credit for, is it feels like he does that with every team he joins, right? Whether it was back on Rogue or with EG with these rookies or now on Lyon, he always seems to make the teams better around him. Some people love his personality, some people don't like it, but you cannot deny the guy's skill and you cannot deny the guy's impact on the game and on the teams that he's joining.
Yeah, and I love the tools that we have as a viewer now, because I'd say
still working on this dragon. Looks like it might just be a flip here as this is getting incredibly low, and Lyon decide, you know what? It's not worth the risk. We're just
wait for Dokla to finish this turret and maybe even teleport back. But he pops Mega.
Yeah, Impact's just running, though, so he could actually join the fight here. We'll see if Dokla does want to TP or if they're just going to decide to give this one up. Lyon trying to posture pretty aggressively, but Darkwing's doing a good job zoning them out with the ball for now. And Impact is here first. Saint is on the side. Dragon will be given up, and Dokla just continues pushing. They know Impact roamed. He has no TP, so we're just going to keep farming gold here for the Gnar. This is similar to how they played yesterday.
Lyon is very willing, much like the first Drake, much like yesterday, to trade gold for these objectives. Sentinels is dropping a turret and several waves top. They were dropping an entire wave bot, and now the bot turret in exchange for these Drakes. So now that next Drake will be like a 5,000 gold lead if Lyon finally decides to fight.
I mean, yeah, they just knocked down the tower top. They farmed more plates, and that was the only place they had a gold lead was top, and now he's down 1K off of that move. So that is a lot of gold. Saint gets a big gold injection. He's on a quick 2-item power spike as he elects to go for the Rylai. So that is in for 2 items. Ezreal's already done 2 items. They get the mid lane tower as well. Basically a 250 gold lead to a 2,000 gold lead, where Sentinels sent 5 members top, tried to look for this play, and C9 just played the map, farmed towers, then got the full tower for Sven in. The True Shot Barrage will tag Darkwings, and now a TP coming in as well from Impact. They're going to summon up the Battle Herald. We'll see how they can use this to start off the fight. Impact just charging up that Rage Bar as Inspired gets in the Herald, and here he comes. Is it going to be a car crash for Sentinels? They are running. He's knocking out multiple members. Starting out the fight as Hombok goes in the backline onto Berserker. Crescent Guard is popped. Impact on the side, trying to get some action done here. The shockwave across 3 members. Isles is low, has to flash out. Hombok looking to threaten, going back in. Saint is stunned up, and he is shut down there by Rahel. What a shockwave from Darkwings over the wall. Gets multiple members and wins the fight almost single-handedly for Sentinels.
And it looks like Sentinels is going to be on Soul Point, and this is what we talked about. It was the best play available for Sentinels to give. Yeah, but a little bit of a game change there. Like, Darkwings finally got to push a wave by himself for kind of the first time ever. Saint and Dokla both in the same wave, so slight farm inefficiencies for Lyon for the first time right here after that teamfight win by Sentinels.
I like the tech here for Rahel, going for some anti-shielding itemization as Dominus going to be popped here for Impact. Are they going to find the shockwave? They are. Dokla gets pulled back, and Dokla gets cut in half by the croc. Just continuing to push. Berserker just shifts forward as Hombok is trying to wrap around on Saint. Will they go for him right here, right now? 4 members wrapping in on Saint. Saint is just going to shift back towards his tower, and the TPing Dokla. Inspired is in the area, but Lyon are still very sectioned off. Can Hombok find a fight? Dokla going to be looking for Huhi. Huhi without flash flash, as you said. He's going to be the first casualty in this fight. Impact popping the dominance, flashing in. They're going to try to turn this one around. Can they burst down Inspired? Cataclysm comes out, but he's knocked down during the flag and drag. Dokla on the side, dueling against Rahel, but Rahel is winning that one. Hombak goes back in with the Crescent Guard, but is pushed back by the Emperor's Divide. Lyon continuing the fight as Berserker's just forward. Mystic Shot after Mystic Shot connecting. Impact has to run. The shift is back up. Impact is low. He has got to get out of there.
But Lyon has to keep fighting. They have no jungler, so if Sentinel was able to start the Dragon, they'd be able to win the Smite fight. It's just Impact is low, and Berserker is poking. Looking at Summoner spells, there's still flash on both Lyon carries.
The True Shot Barrage just barely misses Impact, but his recall was stopped. Darkwings has TP'd back, rejoined the team. Dokla charging up the Narbar now.
Lyon has to fight. They
but
can't let them hit
Sentinels,
this.
they're just giving it. Their jungler is dead. They don't feel they can get back in. Can Berserker have a miracle steal here? It is not looking likely. That is Soul
Not create good fight lines for Lyon to start with, but for instance, when they get the
back to live, who he's in trouble. He's going to get knocked back by the Emperor's Divide, as is Hombak. Hombak pops the Crescent Guard, but it does absolutely nothing. Rahel on the run, but you got nowhere to go. It's a double for Berserker as he is going crazy. The knock-up from Inspired comes through. The tether root is there. Impact is going to fall as well. Lyon may just end the game. Flag, drag, knock-up. The Zonias will only buy you some time, but it changes nothing at the end of the day. It's a quadra for Berserker, and Lyon may have just won the game.
I think it's actually over. They find a pick in the jungle. 20 seconds on Hombak, 8 seconds on Hui, but all 5 are alive for Lyon, and that mid-wave could not get to the Nexus fast enough for Lyon.
Isles trying to keep them away here at the Nexus, just zoning them back, but Lyon are knocking down these towers, and Lyon may have stumbled in the dragon fights, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. 31 minutes in. 2 champions with no dashes that are going to be going up against Malphite, as well as Ambessa, as well as Nico, as well as Yone. The amount of dive there is crazy, so the Jax as an answer here, better matchup into the Ambessa. Inspired actually canceled his base, so they're thinking there is a potential angle here. Counter-Strike going forward from Impact is going to be able to find Dokla, but Hombak just kind of too far away, and now in comes Inspired as Sentinel's going to get the bad news here. Rahel on the run, the 4-shot comes through, and he just gets deleted there. Did not flash anything and just goes down.
A little surprised that he didn't burn flash. He actually pressed the Ghost like right before his health bar went to 0, so still ended up burning a Summoner. I think really just didn't expect that level of burst. Thought he'd just be able to walk it off. Multiple games now where no one's respected the pre-6 Malphite gank, and Inspired's been able to get a pre-6 Malphite kill.
I mean, credit to Inspired, great pathing. Top lane is getting very spicy. Impact gonna be able to pop the Counter-Strike there, lands a stun, but Dokla dashed back into the brush right as it landed, flashing forward. Impact flashes back. The wave is in such a bad spot, though. Impact knows he's in trouble. Dokla's gonna go for the kill, jumps forward, knocks him down. That's a solo. If I die, I die. You just gotta.
But at least the wave isn't frozen.
But at least the wave isn't frozen, so I feel like Impact gonna want that one back. But hey, if you die, you die. And if Darkwing dies, well, you just die. There's not much you can do about that. The fate is sealed, goes wide, but Inspired.
Dragons in any type of possibly losing situations, like whether it's his time on EG, his time on FlyQuest, whenever I've seen him in NA, his teams will actually just let Dragons strength of schedule. Sentinels has kind of had the opposite road of Lyon, as we actually see a gank coming in the top lane.
Yeah, Hombak is going to be spotted. Will they be able to chase Dokla down? He has the flash, doesn't even need to use it, and now he's going to go back in. It's the combo onto Impact, and he falls.
For the Ambessa, 600 gold lead for the Malphite over the Wukong, who's yet to complete Trinity Force, but
the arrow connects. Can Darkwings knock him down? Unleashes the power on
Nidalee Spears to beat all the other LCS pros. Couldn't flash the big Nidalee Spear there in the Mash Arrow.
The Dokla.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh. Inspired is here again, and Impact is dead again. This is, but Darkwing's extremely vulnerable to this as well. And in goes Dokla. He's going to look for him with the public execution, chasing after Darkwing, gets a flash, but it doesn't even matter. It's a solo kill between the 2 towers at 12 minutes. And now in goes Hombak. He's going to get one back here, surely. Gets the shutdown there. That is nice, but on the other side, it's a big fight coming out, and is Rahel getting knocked down? It's just absolutely dead. There's nothing you can really do there. The flash just means nothing. And Lyon now going to be able to even up the Dragon score here. 3K is the advantage.
He won't. It takes so long to kill him, so he can ult pretty much anywhere he wants. And Lyon's a minion. They see him now.
Dark Wings going to be able to land the scatter. The Encore comes through. He's charmed up on the other side. It is going to be Hambach on the run with the Cyclone trying to get out. They do get one kill. Now they go for the disengage. And they're trying to find Inspired. He is very tanky, though, and he's just going to ult right back in onto the head of Hambach, and he is knocked down. Dark Wings, though, wants to try to here as well, but we know he's not safe by himself, and the tower is too low, so you can't even approach because Dokla will just kill it, then kill you. Now he's going to try to walk up here, but Dokla is up 2 levels.
For Inspired's ultimate to be back up, which it is, and he's looking for another play on. Look, a flashless Syndra with no turret.
No shot, unstoppable force, and he gets cut in half by Dokla. It's just that teleport misstep from Satan. He goes top. Dokla has to TP bot. It means they are down a member, and they do lose Herald, which is something at the very least for Sentinels. But Dark Wings, you got no tower, buddy. The fate is sealed. Not going to find him. We'll see if he can actually get caught here by Isles. As a bit of a comedy of errors from Lyon. They're just going to hang their heads in shame and back off. Dokla fighting on the bot side against Impact here. He wants to get another solo kill. Impact on the run. The Encore comes through as Inspired has to use the unstoppable force to safety. Dokla gets the smack.
Inspired doesn't have ult, but wants to hold this turret as Dokla's getting fed in this game.
You can 1v1 Dokla, so you always have to have someone hovering him. And if you always have to have 2 or 3 people on that side of the map, you're losing everything on the other side of the map. So you kind of get checked.
Level 16 Dokla, he can give a lot of experience to Huhi if he dies here.
He also might kill someone. We'll see if he's even going to die. It is a 3v1, but it is a scary one. The flash out from Huhi, but he is just getting chopped in half. In comes the arrow, in comes the Encore. He is locked down, he is knocked down. It's a big shutdown. It is looking very, very tough there for Impact to be relevant this game, but he is at least going to knock down that tower, so gets a small. He is looking so good for Lyon, and it feels like he is back in the groove here and now hunting Impact, who immediately pops the Counter-Strike, has to flash the deadly flourish there as Berserker had that targeted correctly.
Yeah, and they're just holding off all 5 of Sentinels mid with 4, while Yone solos the Drake. Now they can just move down to make sure they secure it with the Smite. Really interesting story, as you mentioned, with Dokla, because every team passed him over. A lot of them thought they had the objectives become more important. Maybe they'll have a chance to find the fight.
Fired is level 16 now, so very powerful unstoppable force on a very short cooldown. He's going to go immediately. Up comes the curtain call. All 3 members get tagged. They are slowed up. Dark Wings is going nowhere except back to the base. He is knocked down. That Syndra is gone, and they are heading to the Baron.
That Malphite is an absolute unit. He just ults in, and the only follow-up in range is a Jhin ult. And by the way, that's completely enough. Now 4v5. They need to zone out Hambach to secure this Baron.
Hambach's looking pretty zoned out, but they are going to teleport in Impact. Saint going over the wall. We'll see if he can find something. The arrow's going to connect on the side, but look at Dokla. Seraphine is gone in a hurry. Impact is not going to be able to do anything here at all. Dokla just fighting past Impact, looking for Hambach, trying to knock him down. Rahel, though, going to be able to knock down Dokla's Inspired, claims the Baron. Saint going to be able to push forward and get one more tomorrow if Lyon makes it there against C9.
Absolutely. Hambach trying to get control of this soul, though. Inspired has ultimate again. He's looking for the angle.
Yeah, we'll see if they can actually find it. Hambach struggling to get in. The curtain call is going to get ripped open here. Impact on the side. He needs to run. He's going to be able to hop back to his ward. Stay safe for now, but Hambach down to about half HP. Dark Wings knows he needs to get into the team, but Isles finds him. Flash forward. There is the deadly flourish as well, rooting him up. He goes into stasis, but Dokla is stacked on top of him, and he is going to get knocked down. It's a killing spree there.
So I think that lowers their chances of winning, seeing that fight as well as the soul going over. It is looking very easy for the Berserkers playing to the side very well.
And Inspired held his ult through that whole fight, so he still has it, right? And yeah, you can go for an engage here, but if you flash in, you're just getting ulted by Inspired. And he is just walking forward confidently, level 17 on the Malphite. Unstoppable force ready to go. Hambach still waiting in that brush. Gonna see if he can find a long distance flank here. Impact back to base, has the Seeker, so maybe they're gonna go for one more desperation play. But I think Inspired has sussed out where he is. He's looking for him with the sweeper, but stun comes in. The arrow connects as well. Great CC chain, but it's only onto Isles. They do knock down Isles, but will that even matter? The Seeker's gonna get used there by Impact, trying to buy some time. Dokla looking to get on the run. Sentinels know they need more from this, but Inspired is not letting Hambach in. He's just pushing him out the side. You can't get past the rock.
Yeah, Inspired does a good job.
Hambach will be able to immediately spot it, but the question is, can he do anything about it? Gonna take a pretty big chunk of damage there from Berserker, and Saint goes over the wall now looking for him, but he's gonna try to find an engage of his own. The Counter-Strike won't find anything from Impact as he arrives with a teleport. The question is, how do Sentinels get in? No one's actually walking forward. You're just kind of poking over the wall here, and slowly but surely, the Baron is getting lower and lower. Inspired can tank this thing forever.
Yeah, they're looking for a flank with Isles around the back.
Baited Seal coming out, the Cyclone as well. Isles goes over the wall, does find a nice engage here. The curtain call coming out, trying to take down Darkwings, but Rahel is blocking it, and Isles looks like he's gonna fall. The Baron is secured there, and now Impact is gonna fall as well. The Counter-Strike not gonna get much done. Lyon get the Baron, get the fight, and surely now on their way to get the game.
Actually pretty close for Hambach trying to get that steal. It ended up being Saint who gets it, probably with a Q. Again, though, Inspired holds his ult that entire time, never needs to burn it. Still pretty long death timers and a lot of waves that Lyon can push all at once.
Inspired just walking past the tower, zoning them off. Dokla is pushing top, Saint is pushing bot, Berserker is pushing mid. They are going for all 3 waves here. Even if they don't destroy the Nexus, they are looking to deal game-ending damage, and they're looking for Darkwings here. He is rooted up. He can't even move. The slows are oppressive, and Saint knocks him down. He goes on a killing spree as well as the inhibitor in bot falls. The inhibitor in mid about to join it, and the one top is not long for this world.
Dude, 3 inhibitors is probably going to be the play. They'll probably stick around. It is going to be a 4v5, but it depends how safe they want to be. Elder is up for Dokla. Level 20 Ambessa will kill their Nexus if they leave. Or they'll just kill all the players right here.
Find him. There goes Inspired. Flash unstoppable force. The curtain call coming out once again. Sentinels on the run here. Will survive for now. But again, it's the base of the problem. You called it out. Double supers in every lane. Darkwing's trying to clear this out, but Saint is going to be going for it, looking for it. The fate is sealed as Sentinels are no more. Saint flashing in onto Impact, going to be able to knock him down. Surely Rahel trying to get something done to the side. Takes a massive shot to the face from Berserker. Impact is down, the root is there. Darkwings is back, but not for long. Berserker survives, and Rahel does not. Lyon marching on the Nexus.
5 for 0, 2-0 for Lyon. Another gem by Inspired and the squad. Lyon is 1 game away.
Generally, champions that scale well and don't have to care about your cage are tough to beat. And so I do think it is going to be Gwen top and Jace jungle. We'll see where they do end up going. And that's kind of my expectation. And so a little bit of poke.
Yep, probably another EQ with the ward still there, so Impact will see him as soon as Inspired enters the river.
Oh, he has 6 now. This could be problematic. The needlework coming out. Flash forward immediately there from Dokla. Impact getting chased down. Is he going to flash? Holding on to it for now. Flash way too late and flash into the needlework. Inspired's going to come back. He's just walking right back, and Dokla's going to try to play dumb and say, oh, I don't know you're here, buddy. And then, surprise, Jace is around, and now you are in trouble. Shock Blast connects. Good cage from Impact. Impact, though, if you just spaced earlier, the wave wouldn't be that bad. Now it's like he's kind of jailed here, so Huhi is coming up to try to support because they know they need to get him this wave. Dokla is out of mana, so as long as Huhi can block the Shock Blast and prevent Inspired from getting in, he should be okay. Dokla does get a level up, staying around here. He's going to have the skip and slash. Nice buffer on the combo. Inspired in the area helps to push that in.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that the Maiden is still alive is what's keeping Impact strong in this. If he would have died to that original gank, it would have been huge, but they're going for a fight in the bot lane.
Yeah, Hambach going to get ultied up. He throws the Impale down on multiple members, though, but now he has to flash across the wall as Rahel was not in position to help him. Isles going in. He's trying to finish him off, but Isles, you got no damage, buddy. He's got to flash right back out as now Isles is going to fall. Isles went on a match. Stay relevant.
Yeah, and I mean, the fact that he lived through that last sequence when Dokla burned his second ultimate against him, got him to about 50 health. But then he stuck around, he greeted the wave, he kind of wasted Inspired's time, he got Huhi to come up.
The Ghouls are tanking up tower shots, and the shovel damage is no joke. You can be farming plates very, very quickly as Dokla now going to be popping the Hallowed Mist, and Inspired is up here once again. The needlework is back, the Shock Blast connect, Impact's on their own, flashes early, but this time it doesn't even matter. Double these situations, right? They don't need to just show up to a Dragon and teamfight to win a game. They know how to win through side lanes and through, slowly bleeding you out, and they've shown that time and time again.
I'd say this is the most committed they've been, though. This is 2 Drakes given over to an early game Skarner here, free farming to Heartsteel. They have the attacks.
To be an advantage nonetheless. And how Impact will be able to compete in this game is a big question, but a big CC chain coming in onto Isles. He tries to flash back, gets stunned again. Nice binding against the wall, and the Tempered Fate is going to be able to get out to safety, I think, here. Great sidestep. Rahel comes in and knocks him down with the Ghost. Nice moves from Isles to almost get out of there, but at the end of the day, it is the flash, it is the heal, it is the ult, and it is his death going over to the Varus.
And that's because they'd spent so much time around topside. Sentinels had so much control set up bot, he was trying to retake, and that's the danger that you run. Ooh, one needlework connects there, but Berserker's actually ganking.
Berserker is on the hunt, and Impact has nowhere to go. Ganked by the Sivir, that's one you don't see every day.
Oh, that's amazing. While the play was happening bottom lane.
Darkwing's trying to respond on the other side, but where do you send Impact that he's not just going to continue dying? And how is he going to be useful this game really is the question, because the rest of the map is fine. Everything is pretty close, but then you look at the top lane, and that is the real problem. So you have to deal with the Gwen at some point.
First guy to 2 items, though, is actually the Jace with opportunity now completed. That's when you really can start farming the first strike gold, because currently Inspired only gained about 78 gold from that first strike, but I'd say the next EQ he lands could be about half of that value. Still looks strong. So that's where Sentinels needs to try and find a way to set up for this next Drake, but especially with the Gwen moving base TP'd and has the flank.
And he has the Nashers, and Darkwing's just had to flash away from the Tempered Fate, and he is going to get the bad news. Can they CC chain him, though? He has the TP shield, so they don't want to use the Skarner Impale on him. They just have to run away. You don't want to fight into that teleport shield, and they have Impact pushing, so the call here is kind of the reverse of what they've been doing those previous games. Yeah. They're just going to try to trade for towers, but now Hui flashes in, but there's no damage there to follow it up. No one was in position. Hombok goes forward. There's the Ishal's impact into the double impale. Rahel trying to get the damage down, but the Hollow Mist is there, and now Hombok is using the Herald to try to get out of dodge. They're buying time for Impact, but at the end of the day, they spent a lot of summoners there. They don't get any kills. They do lose the dragon. At the very least, they got some gold for Impact.
Impact is getting an entire turret for himself. That is pretty important for the overall game state. And it's Lyon, I think, not wanting to give up soul the way they did in game 1. So rather than really extend the gold lead, they do trade tempo. Can they get him, though? He's got flash.
Impact probably overstayed. The needlework is there. You're just getting chased down. You sacrifice the dragon to give him all this gold, and then he overstays so long that they're going to TP in. They're going to try to look for Dokla here. A lot of members from Sentinels are already coming up, but Impact may have gone a little bit too early. Let's find out. The needlework coming out. He's trying to finish him off, but he can't do it. Rahel over the wall, nails the chain. Impact. And they're getting him at least to a point where, you know, he can threaten maybe non-Gwen players.
I mean, it's a better problem solved than they had the last game.
When it was trying to do that now, but they want to push back in before he can heal back up. Hui and Darkwing's trying to control space on the side, but another shock blast does land there on Darkwings. But they got the dragon, and now you don't need to force. You can just back it out with some of this damage already being thrown down on Darkwings and Rahel. Very, very difficult to get past that Anivia. But if you ever get a moment where you can get past the Anivia, there's so much damage, and Isles now is out of the right spot, man. He's going to be able to flash over the wall. Looks like he can just walk out for now. Does throw down the Temper Fate, but the Chains of Corruption does connect as well onto Isles, and Isles will be going down, and it's Darkwings that claims it. Isles gonna have to take the magical journey back to safety as a result. They're gonna be realm warping in onto Impact. Impact in some trouble, takes the shock blast. Saint gonna try to run him down, but Impact just cages him up and is backing off. Keep running, and he should be okay, but the Ghost is closing the gap. Sentinels are gonna try to start Baron on the other side. Now the Rune Prison comes back up, but the Moss Shield will keep him safe. Dokla has used the Hallowed Mist, now gonna get walled off there, has to use a Skip and Slash, but he's hit down to half HP. The Tempered Fate will buy some time, but Inspired is still pretty far away. He is running for it, though. Impact's going to teleport in to join. He has the ultimate back up. It is getting low. It looks like they're going to commit to it. Inspired is pretty low. They're going to try to finish. They do secure the Baron, but can they win the fight? The Unbreakable Will has been popped by Hui as Isles is trying to go for it. Hit by the Chains of Corruption. The Hallowed Mist comes back up, and Sage is on a flank. Surprise from the bush there. Darkwings gets put low. Berserker is trying to hit, but he is knocked down. He's slowed up. Impact and Hombok are running him down. The Sivir is flashing for safety here, trying to survive. Inspired wants to stay around because they are so low on health, but all of Sentinel survives, and they get the Golden Glue cams are always great, man. I'm telling you, just ignore the meta, pick who he engage champ. Darkwing's gonna get Tempered Fate, but the damage onto Isles is massive. Isles will fall to Darkwings. Dokla's into the backline though. Rahel could be in some trouble. The CC thrown down onto Dokla. Dokla's gonna run. Hombok CCing them up on the other side. Satan is incredibly low, and Satan has fallen, but Dokla is going crazy. It's Dokla versus Impact. It's Hombok really low, and it's gonna be Darkwings egged up, and Dokla falling. Impact
with teleport up will likely base TP and secure this soul.
Darkwings is playing these fights out so well. You know, he really is controlling space. Their gold is very, very close, but you have the Baron, you have the soul, And you have what seems like a massive... where it feels like Sentinels are winning, Sentinels winning, and then you make that mistake, they close the gap. And if Berserker is hitting, if Dokla is hitting, if Saint is hitting all at the same time, your team will get exploded. So that is what they have to watch out for. But Hambach...
Well, okay, they're teleporting in.
So they're going to try to look for it here. Can they get past Darkwing? Saint already taking some damage to start the fight off. He just throws down the wall early. They're trying to rush this, but the Tempered Fate will buy a little bit of time. Ghost pop there by Saint. Inspired can't find an angle. He is very far away from this. They're going to look to finish, but if Darkwing's in trouble, he has to go into the stasis. I don't know if he has his passive back. Dokla trying to finish off Rahel. Dokla's getting into the back line. Darkwing's is incredibly low, and he's put into the egg. Berserker is DPSing, and look at Inspired. He's behind Rahel. He knocks him back. Isles is going forward, but he is falling. Dokla is cutting through the team. Impact flashes out. He's still alive. Hambach, Huhi, and Impact make it happen. It's a quadra for the Skarner. Captain Flowers is popping off.
Out the Anivia and egg him early, and Berserker flashes through to kill Rahel. It's still not enough. Big death timers there for Inspired and Saint still, and it looks like Sentinels is sending us to game 4.
Yeah, the Yorick is going to crush through these towers. Isles is back, but it's 10 seconds until anyone else is respawning. They're just going to ignore him. Focusing down this towers. Sentinels will not get swept. They battle back here with such an impressive game in game number 3.
Trading already?
They've
traded
already. How can they trade before they've locked in? I guess seems like a bit of a chance like bug, but we have revealed kind of where their roles are going to go. And Rel or Nautilus is what I thought, and it is going to be the Rel. Makes a lot of sense. Does give them that hard engage. You have the Shattering Strike for the
because he has the next one coming up in 15 seconds, but Hambach would actually be here to think about a steal. Inspired Smite still not up yet.
Rel is pretty far, so it could be a hard fight to take, and Hambach taking a ton of damage as now Saint is coming in. Did he overextend? He goes for the Smite. He does not win the Smite fight, and now he's going to get knocked down. That's first blood. Huhi looking like he might fall as well. Saint flash forward, got hit by the end.
Yeah, I want to fight. I want to fight.
Okay.
Come, Silas.
They're gonna fight, okay? They're gonna fight.
Don't run. Come, Silas.
I need a 6. I 6. I'm 6. I'm going. Victor is here. Here,
Focus him.
I Thunder.
Yeah.
I'm looking Thunder, guys. Look Thunder. Nice. I'm looking Thunder. Give me.
Yeah, I mean, I can't give you.
Okay.
Nice.
With the Victor having shove, he's able to move over and assist Hambach, and Inspired goes back to farming his Krugs.
We're held down here in the 1v2 now, but Huhi is on the way and has been spotted. Another chunk of damage down on that turret as Berserker and Isles continue to build their lead, but Rahel has done a good job withstanding the storm. He's dead even as far as the CS is concerned. Yes, they've lost a couple of plates. Yes, they're about to lose a third. But given the matchup, I think he's doing a pretty good job.
Absolutely.
And they are going to be able to grab this dragon here. So 2 dragons early on to Lyon. And that is going to feel really good as they're going to be stacking up pretty early. But 2 of the powerful souls are going to be kind of off the table because Hextech is gone and Ocean is going to be gone. So we'll see what it is going to be. I will say Chemtech is a lot better this game, though.
So bit of an early swap by Sentinels as well before the lane quest had completed.
Double Arcane Storm coming out there as they trade the alties as Saint goes in with the hijack, steals that away, but Darkwing's able to answer these trades pretty effectively. Huhi, though, flash forward with the Shattering Strike. In comes the damage from Hambach. The Ignite grabs the kill. I think they can be pretty effective, even though Sentinels has some good scaling themselves.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to be really interested to see what these late game team fights look like, because this doesn't look like a game that's going to break itself open early. More attention being sent towards Dokla. He does have flash, and he's got a lot of backup behind him.
Yeah, they're all coming in here. I think Sentinels have got to get out of there. Hambach has got to run. Flashes early, but is going to get knocked up in the wild growth there as well. Subjugate comes out. In goes Inspired, flashing over the wall. He gets pulled back. Hambach is going to fall. Sentinels bit off more than they can chew, and they pay for it as Lyon does come in, but now in goes Darkwing. He just blast coned way too far. Immediately has to flash out to safety. The Arcane Storm was thrown down. I wonder if he realized that was an amped up blast cone. Do have inside track here, but now in comes Lyon. The question is, can they get in? They are missing the flash on the Mundo. He's going to get pillared out. They do secure the dragon here. Impact needs to run. He's just getting peppered.
Really interesting there. I feel like Lyon didn't need to go push that mid wave. I know they've often traded turrets and gold, but
here comes the dive. Impact going to be setting it up. The World Ender pop there by Dokla, but there is just too much CC. No shot for Big Dokes. He is knocked down, and it's going to be a trade of towers there at the very least for Sentinels.
Yeah, that's a great sequence for Sentinels. It's a trade of turrets, it's a kill over to them, it's the Drake over to them, and that's all when Yunar is on one of the best spikes that she's going to find in this game before Rahel is able to complete his second item. They're even getting a bunch of damage down onto this tier 2.
Yeah, I mean, Rahel is sitting on 1,700 plus gold, so he has a lot of gold, and he's going to be able to get this tier 2 tower. He's going to be pretty damn near his full second item at this point. Of course, went for the tier 2 boots earlier, so that is why, even though the gold was close, the items looked so different, as Saint going to be pushing on that top side. So Lyon just trying to play the map, but again, they don't have a lot of hard engage tools, and Sentinels was very successful with that. Saint has the stolen ultimate with the hijack. Can he get away with it? That is the question, because Huhi is coming up here. Impact's trying to stay ahead of him. Saint just going to instantly lost. That is one, now that the games are getting a little bit closer, they're really going to be wanting back, as Darkwings will be able to knock this down. Going to TP down towards bot side to try to defend this tower, but he is very alone down here, so we'll see if Lyon do want to come down. Dokla's just trying to force this tower down. Darkwings is clearing out the wave, but won't be able to do it in time. The tower does get traded. Coming through as well on the other side. Dokla, if he gets spotted, is going to be potentially in trouble here. Inspired's in the area. Dokla has no ult, has the flash, but I don't even think it's worth using. The exhaust comes down. They're going to commit the Magnet Storm. He is out of there.
But I mean, look at the waves.
Though, and it's just going to get pillared, blocked out there by Hombach. Impact is on the side, but will be able to avoid the chain. Saint trying to create some space, steals away the subjugate. Will he go in? Inspired pushing forward. It's going to be secured, though, by Hombach. As Saint is getting focused down, even with the subjugate, it doesn't matter at all who he goes in for the engage. Rahel flying into the backline, trying to take them down. Inspired falls. Isles is next. Rahel is on the hunt. Berserker is running, but he's got nowhere to go. It's a double for Rahel. It's Sentinels taking control of game number 4.
And that's the Drake.
Early on in game 3, now in game 4, looking like they are in full control. Isles is coming over here. Not going to be able to get it with the Glitter Lance. That is Baron. That is 2 dragons in a row. That is an over 3,000 gold.
Game 3 to 1-2, looking to force game 5 with Baron pushing mid.
This is a team, it felt like everyone, myself included,
Silence, the Victor W, the Rel CC. Inspired likely could have pressed ult early, but he didn't want to be inefficient with it and ended up just dying. And look at this gold lead just kind of exploding here to being 4,000. And it feels like the scaling is on the side of Sentinels with their current power spike points, because Lunara was on 2 items like 2 Drakes ago, still feels like she's on 2 items.
It is, yeah. I mean, Yunara is going to have a lot of damage, but doesn't matter if you can't get access. You can't set the fights, and there's the dive coming in onto Berserker. Berserker's in trouble. Shattering Strike does connect. The Polymorph, though, buying some time, but it doesn't matter who he may fall. But Rahel has killed off your carry. Dokla trying to come in. Rahel looking to try to run out the side. Inspired arriving. Saint going to be TPing back into the team. The chain will pull back Rahel. He has got to get out of there. Saint is coming in, flashing forward. Abscond, abduct, 900 gold, shutdown. He wants more, but he will not be able to get it for now. Inspired, though, chasing in behind them. Can they wrap around and get even more here? Sentinels have got to try to fight their way out. Impact moving through Inspired, but he is constantly getting slowed. He is going to be going down. He's got to just accept it. Darkwings will make it out, but it is a couple kills there for Lyon, as an aggressive dive from Sentinels does get a bit punished.
If he's able to get a good ult off in team fights.
And they're going to have a lot of damage with Subjugate, with that damage coming through from him, from the Victor. They don't have any consistency.
Berserker has carried many games like this, from even gold. If he's the one that's fed, he can make it happen. But
and they're just going to start the Baron immediately.
It's on vision. They're going to clear that out soon, you'd think. Hombach, just clicks the ward, forcing Lyon to come in.
And Dokla's going to be spotted on the side. Impact trying to zone out Berserker, who is getting some damage out, but Hombach is just forcing down this Baron. Inspired's going to get pillared out. Will he try to flash in and steal this? He's sitting at the wall, can't actually get in to do it, and still the Scion has not been hurt at all. Darkwing's pushing forward. Inspired trying to get something done, but he is being crushed right now by Rahel. Hombach, though, being focused down by Berserker. Flash in from Hui, but it's a flash out from Berserker. The Shattering Strike does land, but I don't know if it matters. The Killer Instinct from Rahel is just used to run, but Darkwing's now going to be arriving on the side with the Arcane Storm. Impact incredibly low, but still damn tanky. Saint goes forward with the Abscond Abduct. He wants more, but can he get it? The Baron has been taken, but will they lose the kill? Saint goes in into the stasis now under the tower. They're going to look to try to finish him off, but he retreats back. He survives. Damn good in that fight. As you said, has the IE. That is a big spike here. See that Sorcery Elixir in the pocket for Rahel, but Rahel in a lot of trouble. He's going to get CC'd up and knocked down. He is dead, and that could be a disaster. Sentinels need to run here. Impact has arrived, but Hombach has got to get out of there. Berserker and Inspired trying to chase him down. The Mega Blast Cone will keep him safe. A minute on this Dragon Spawn. Darkwings is going to TP out, but I don't think Huhi is going to be so lucky. And if Huhi dies, they can just delay the death. They can just stop him from recalling. Just delay the death, make it so he's not going to be there, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Don't burst him down. Wait as long as you possibly can, and make it so he won't be alive for the Dragon. That could secure them the next Dragon. That is a massive pick onto Rahel. Huhi can do nothing. That's what they're doing, playing for the timers.
Yep, lots of gold injection, but more, as much as Yunara Lulu is good, don't sleep on Lulamundo. That very big Mundo goes really fast towards you, and he's going to chunk you down.
And Mundo is level 17 now, so has the max rank, of course, of that max dosage, which is way more powerful than the previous ranks. And Sentinel's going to be pushing up both top and mid, looking to put pressure onto this tower, but do still have to be a little bit careful as who he isn't with them quite yet.
Yeah, so Baron buff just wearing off. Very ineffective Baron for them, slight lead. And unless another crazy fight like that last one happens, they're playing very aggressive, actually, considering what just happened.
The exhaust is used on him as well as the Arcane Storm. They want to push him back and try to finish off this tower. We'll see if they can do it. A lot of tools used, though, onto Berserker. Down about half HP. He did transcend oneself, so use the ultimate, and he's going to have to run back to base to heal. Sentinels now pushing into the base, still feeling confident here. How far will they go? They get the mid lane inhib. Now, a little bit of split calls, it felt like there, as some were walking back towards mid, the others going up towards top side to try to finish off the second inhibitor.
I mean, what a weird game. They just brute force their way in, 5v5, and clear 2 inhibitors. That's going to
look at
jail line in their base.
Cone. He could use the blast cone with the stolen ultimate, but it's going to have to be used for a retreat here. Dokla popping the World Ender, going to get CC'd up. Hombach needs to run as he's getting hit over the wall. Hombach is going to be back down to half HP, still has the subjugate. Sentinels retreating here. They're slowly getting whittled down. They got to use the blast cone. Someone hit it by accident, I think. They're going to try to turn on to Inspire, but they're in a lot of trouble. Saint's in the middle of the whole team. Rahel trying to survive. Into the stasis goes Saint. Saint, though, going to be knocked down. Darkwing does kill him off. Impact flashes out. Hui flashes forward, but he's going to be knocked down by Berserker. Berserker is untouched.
They've downed 2 of Lion's inhibitors. There's someone that has to clear that top wave, which is Saint, and Sentinels is getting that Baron very low.
Inspire's trying to walk in, but he's just getting rocked right now by Darkwings. Has to pop the max dosage in the midst of those 3 members. There's still eyes on the Baron trying to finish it off. Saint's going to go into the middle of the whole team. He's in onto Hombach. The fight is on the other side. Berserker's in trouble. Berserker has no flash, and Berserker is gone. Impact pushing forward. Rahel's going to be killed off as well. It's up to Darkwings. Darkwings is the only damage they have remaining. The max dosage has expired. Hui's going to fall. Impact's in trouble on the side. He's got to try to run. Hombach throws down the pillar to try to peel for him, but it won't be enough. But their base is dying at the same time. They get another kill there. It is not even the Baron because they peeled off it, so it's just the one fight there from Lion.
I think they
peeled 2 more seconds.
Like, literally 1 more second.
I
the
think
Baron
1 more
was free.
second. I think it would have been theirs, guaranteed, and then they could have tried to take the fight or disengage from it. But, you know, they hard engage. Rahel tries to
gets
join.
one shot by the Aatrox and the Mundo, but this soul is up for grabs.
This could be the game right here. It could potentially be the series if Lion is able to win out. Look at Saint on the side trying to find a flank angle. Dokla going to be stunned up there as Hui threatening for the engage. Hombach pillar over on a Saint, pushing him back now. Darkwing's trying to get the damage down here onto Inspired, who is down to about half HP but has the ultimate available. Flash still not up for either of these AD carries. Dokla in the back of the pit tanking some damage as Hui's going to Hex Flash over. Will he engage onto Saint? Has the Blast Cone, could look for an angle, but uses it to rejoin the team as Darkwings and Impact are getting poked down. They're losing this poke battle for now. Saint tried to flash over the wall. Looked like he flashed into the wall there, and now the fight breaks out. Dokla's in the back line. Dokla's knocked down. Saint could be in some trouble. The Chem Soul was taken, though, by Lion. It's up to Rahel. It's Lion piling through. It's Berserker in the midst of everyone going to get stunned, but Berserker stands. Berserker fires. Berserker wins, and Lion have taken the series. They've knocked down Sentinels. They've claimed the soul. And in a hard-fought 4-game series where you thought maybe, just maybe, Sentinels could have pulled it back, Lion make it happen.
That's just a bit of team fight practice for Lion as they prepare to face C9 in the finals.
Lion marching on the Nexus. It's going to be a 3-1. It's going to be 9-2 run in the lower bracket to make it all the way to C9 to try to go to first stand. Lion are on a roll, and it's up to Cloud9 to stop them.